Welcome back to Brand Startup Entrepreneur, where founders, innovators, and brand builders come to stay ahead of the curve. Today, we're talking about something massive, the fading dominance of the United States in the global economy. Is American exceptionalism over? And more importantly, what does this mean for you as an entrepreneur? Whether you're launching a startup or building a global brand, this affects everything, from where you raise capital to where you grow. Let's start with what we mean by American exceptionalism. For decades, the U.S. was seen as the world's safest, most attractive economy. A place with consistent growth, deep capital markets, and a reliable legal system. Three major factors supported this status. Growth, the U.S. outpaced most developed economies. Liquidity, the U.S. dollar became the world's dominant reserve currency. Rule of law, investors trusted U.S. institutions, contracts, and treasury bonds. But that image is shifting. Today, we're seeing a rare moment. U.S. stocks are down. Bonds are down. The dollar is weakening. Even gold, often a hedge during U.S. uncertainty, is surging. That combination is telling a story. The world is losing confidence in the American economy. There are several reasons behind this. Let's break it down. 1. Trade wars and nationalism. It started with tariffs. Under the Trump administration, protectionist policies disrupted global trade. Supply chains got shaken. Confidence cracked. The Biden administration hasn't reversed all of it. Some policies stayed. That uncertainty affects how the world sees U.S. stability. 2. Fiscal chaos and political gridlock. The U.S. government continues to spend aggressively, with ballooning debt and regular threats of government shutdowns. Foreign investors, especially central banks, are watching this closely. When trust erodes in the U.S. political system, so does confidence in its economy. 3. Global alternatives are rising. Other economies are stepping up. Europe is pushing green tech and industrial policy. Southeast Asia is booming with consumer growth. Even Middle Eastern countries are reinvesting oil wealth into tech and infrastructure. For decades, global investors saw the U.S. as a safe haven. If markets got rough, they moved money into U.S. bonds, the dollar, or the S&P 500. That's no longer automatic. We're now seeing global capital diversify into gold, into Eurozone markets, into emerging economies like India, Vietnam, and Indonesia, and into infrastructure and green tech across multiple regions. Central banks are also starting to reduce their reliance on the dollar. That's huge. For 80 years, the dollar was the world's backbone. If that changes, everything from startup fundraising to your product pricing could shift. So how does this affect you, the startup founder, brand strategist, or small business builder? 1. VCs and investors are changing their playbook. Venture capital is no longer US-centric. Funds are pouring into Africa's fintech, India's edtech, and LATAM's logistics sector. Founders in Jakarta or Nairobi now have a clearer path to funding than ever before. If you're in the US, this means more competition for capital. If you're outside the US, this might be your golden window. 2. Diversification isn't a buzzword, it's survival. Don't put all your revenue in one region. Build your product for multiple markets. Localize your UX, price in local currencies. Consider supply chain partners across regions. 3. Regulatory arbitrage is a new advantage. With US policy uncertain, other countries are seizing the moment. Estonia, Singapore, UAE, they're positioning themselves as innovation-friendly hubs. You can base your company legally in one place, operate globally, and raise from VCs elsewhere. Global arbitrage is the new startup hack. The biggest takeaway is this. The US is no longer the automatic center of gravity in business. That doesn't mean it's weak. It still leads in AI, top-tier universities, and deep capital. But the monopoly on opportunity is gone. In a multipolar world, founders need a multipolar mindset. Ask yourself, where can I hire smarter and cheaper? Where can I test and launch faster? Where is regulation actually on my side? Silicon Valley still matters, but so does Bangalore, Lagos, Dubai, and Berlin. We are witnessing a global reset. Some see risk, others see opportunity. As a founder or builder, your edge isn't in guessing where the world is going. It's in positioning yourself where growth will happen next. The fall of American exceptionalism isn't the end of capitalism. It's just the decentralization of it. And that's a game you can win if you stay informed and act fast. If this gave you clarity or helped reframe your strategy, drop a like and subscribe. Comment below. Are you building for the US or beyond? Where do you see the next opportunity? This is Brand Startup Entrepreneur. Stay global, stay bold, and keep building.